As you know, I'm not an ungrateful person. We're just off to meet our new neighbour, Alexa, who we have never spoken to before in our lives. Hello. Would you say that I'm an ungrateful person?
I don't think so, but I don't know you. I'll
Great.
give you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you. While we're here, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Would you say I look like an ungrateful person? Okay, good. This is us. Thanks so much for your patience, mate. See you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Thanks so much for your patience. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Thanks very much, thank you. So what the are we doing here? We're properly out in the sticks now, aren't we? No. This is very much, if you break down, you're on your own sort of territory, isn't it? Why would you have a blacksmith in such a remote location? Why not put it where people actually are, so they can get hold of your smithed goods? Now, at the end of last year, I turned 30 years of age, and to celebrate this momentous birthday, my siblings and their chosen partners decided to get me a blacksmithing experience in Herefordshire. And they thought, and actually they are right, it will be great for the content. And I do think it's a very YouTubey, Instagrammable sort of thing, isn't it? Hitting stuff with a hammer into the furnace, bellows, that sort of thing. It's all going to be very visual. The only problem is they've booked this blacksmithing experience in the middle of Herefordshire, which is not near Lincoln, where our parents live, and it's not near London, where I live. And it's actually not really near anywhere, is it? It's sort of in the middle of nowhere. What's going on? I actually think it will be great for you, the viewer. I think you'll enjoy this very much. And I think you'll like it as well, because you get a nice day out. But what didn't occur to me when I booked it is because it's in July, it might end up being one of the hottest days of the year, and I'm about to spend 6 hours in an actual furnace. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it really is. We are actually in the middle of nowhere. Here we go. Roughly 6 hours later.
Arrived at your destination.
Chicken. There they are, smithing.
This is quite something.
Obviously, on the way here, I did joke about this place being the same distance away from London as North Korea. And I still maintain that to be true. But it is a really lovely place. There's our new friend, the dog. I wonder if it knows how to play fetch. Dog! Oh, hello. No, it's not interested. There's a barn for putting farm things in.
It appears to be, as well as being a forgery, it's also a working farm full of hay. Look at all the hay. Hey.
I think normally you'd save the gift shop for the end, but we've come a little bit early. £1,285.50. There comes a point, doesn't there, where you're charging so much money for something. Why do you include the 50p? Take someone's head off with this. I don't imagine I'll make one of these. I have had to sign a disclaimer to say that if I do make an axe head, I won't use it to murder anyone. That's off the cards.
First things first, safety specs. Whilst we are inside this room, we must keep those on at all times, okay guys? When you're
Basically, the deal is, this comes out the fire. Oh, I can't remember what way round it goes. Smack it with a hammer, thus. and reinsert it in the fire. And how long will we do that for? Until it looks like a point. Makes sense, doesn't it? Still not entirely sure how this is going to become a candlestick, but...
How does blacksmithing compare to what you expected so far?
I don't know. It's a very difficult question to answer that. I imagined that I would hit things with a hammer, and that has proven to be the case. I imagined there would be fire involved, and that has proven to be the case. Oh God, what a scene. Right, what are we saying to that?
It's just some fine tuning on the end there. Otherwise, that's lovely.
Right.
You want to leave that now?
Now, how can I go about theming this candle? Theming? Yeah, I feel like it needs to have some sort of theme or a story or a semblance of something. What do people do to make their candles unique to themselves?
So typically what we do is we do some twisting on the actual bar itself, because you've got some square bar there. That's how you make it your own, that's how you make it your candle.
Right, okay.
Rather than just leaving it straight.
Sure, okay, yeah. I'll have a think. And then the candle thing just rests on top.
We can flatten that up.
We're going to turn this into a walrus. We've just had a summit meeting with some of the chief blacksmiths, and we've decided to go for a walrus-themed candle, as suggested by, I think, Charles Darbs on Instagram. It's going to be a sort of a tusk-led affair with a sort of protrusion like that, symbolising walrus stuff. And then the candle will sit on top as a nod to the intelligence of the beast, light radiating from up here. And then we haven't quite decided what goes on the bottom, but we can cross that bridge when we get to it. It's harder than you think, this. I'm reminded in situations like this of Glyn from Big Brother. Do you remember him? When they had to do their own Big Brother radio station, his jingle went, "Are you ready? Because I am ready."
Are you ready? Because I am ready. Are you ready? Because I am ready.
And I regret that I was not ready on that occasion. Here we go. Right, we're in business. Grab the hammer. So these bits will become tusks, and then the light will sit on top, and maybe we'll put a little bend in it or something, I don't know. I think sometimes you just have to trust the vision, don't you? Everybody laughed at Einstein when he discovered relativity. What does that do, anyway?
We want to do these one by one. Right now, they're looking a bit square. You have to make sure that they look like teeth. Make sure they look round.
I feel like, of all the very helpful members of staff here, Aaron is the most invested in the Walrus project. I think Ethan is maybe a little bit sceptical, probably because he's never seen a walrus-shaped candle before. But he's a little bit unsure as to the project that we're working on here, whereas Aaron has seen the vision and he's kind of running with us on it, which I think is what you need from a good creative blacksmith. mess, but I think we're nearly there.
So which bit's this?
This goes on the bottom of the candle. If you like, this is our walrus's body / the ocean, or an iceberg or something of that nature.
How do you feel?
Warm.
Are you proud?
I'd like to see it all in its final form, but yeah, we have made life here today, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Now that we've decided we're going to make a walrus, or at least we think it's going to be a walrus, there's a small chance we might end up with zombie swan sort of vibes, but we'll see how we get on. I've just asked everyone for names for the walrus, and we think we've come up with a winner. I liked it. Did you like it?
Giles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it suits it.
Yeah, it's a good name. Giles, the spirit of the sea. Works, doesn't it? It's quite good. What a marvellous thing it is to see art unfolding before our very eyes. This is the only bit, isn't it, where there's no going back. Like everything else, we could have just reshaped it and put it back in the fire.
That's it.
With this, it's Giles or bust.
What's happened?
There's no P. At the moment, I've got Giles Iritov, which sounds like a Russian diplomat. There's no P. In terms of the noise it makes, I could do a B. Spirit of the sea.
I mean, that actually sounds the same.
Yeah,
it's a homonym.
Spirit. Yeah, spirit. Okay, it, we'll do that.
Beautiful.
We're done. Aaron is just, I don't know what he's doing actually. What is he doing?
He's welding all the constituent parts together.
Yeah, he's putting it together. But, yeah. Giles, the spirit of the sea, now lives.
I can't wait to see him post his first candle.
Yeah, which we could do tonight in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I'm also very keen to see the reaction of people to Giles. And I wonder whether we might just surprise a few people.
Yeah, it looks like the genuine article.
I don't know how it's going to scrub up. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've not seen it. I've seen it in my mind's eye, but to see it realised in the flesh or in the iron or whatever, is that it?
Yeah, so I'm going to put it down on the table and you can see it before the viewers at home.
I don't really know how to describe it. There's, our lettering has come up quite nicely.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's so readable.
Well, let's see what the public have to say. Earlier today, I went blacksmithing, thank you. And I wanted to do something creatively inspired. So I asked my friends on Instagram to suggest a theme for the item that we were creating. Now, what would you say that is?
Candle holder.
I mean, obviously, what does it symbolise? What does it represent?
Well, it could be a willow.
Well, I would say that there's some sort of horse thing coming here.
It's a tree in a mangrove swamp in the Caribbean.
Okay.
And the candlestick holder bit at the top represents the lights, the glowworm type creatures that you find in such mangrove swamps.
This is Giles the walrus.
I can see that now. I'm impressed by that.
I'm overwhelmed actually.
Are you satisfied?
It's great.
It's
It is very good.
an accurate representation
Yes.
of walrus. 100% of respondents agree that this looks like a walrus.
Yes.
It does look more